meditation technique, as we expand, like Patrice said, you expand by reading books, listening, that we can heal ourselves. We can just live a wonderful, be a light unto yourself. So we are a light unto ourselves. That's all. So I'm so fortunate to be associated with someone who says, you are a master, I am a master. There is no master disciple. We're merely co-travelers. And we are merely great friends. Ultimately, what exists is friendship, so that everybody can live in their own experience of life. Most certainly, breath mindfulness meditation is becoming popular. In fact, Gautama Buddha, if we read about Gautama Buddha, then we do understand that he did say he's going to come back after 2,500 years. The energy, we're not talking of an individual coming back, we're talking about the energy, meaning this whole anapanasati, the meditation comes back after 2,500 years. So everybody practicing this is a Buddha. Everyone practicing this meditation and then wanting to Ishvara Pranidhana is existing, understanding that existence is there is super intelligence is there. We're not made more bones and molecules that come and go. There is something that existing, super intelligence, and then we can experience it in many ways through this meditation. But of course, we can also understand through the scientific process of how can there be coherence and order in these billions and billions of planets and stars without having any kind of casualties. At least that we don't know. And there is so much coherence. They all are holding each other with their orbital gravitational pull and push. So there is coherence. There is coherence inside the body. We know that. We've been understanding it. So Ishvara Pranidhana is recognizing that there is an existence and then surrender to the existence and accept that as much as we are playing the game, there is also this intelligence is also constantly working along with us. So Swadhyaya is understanding the self is by expressing ourselves and then also reading about everybody, contemplating on what we've been experiencing. Our life has been in same, it goes without saying, in meditation, when we are getting experiences, satsang, sharing the experiences is one of the great ways of benefiting from it. It's part of the activity of Swadhyaya, is to share our own meditation experiences. When we share, we gain a lot of clarity. The way the memory is working, when we share, we're expressing anything. When you read something and then you try to express it, then somewhere, if it is not right, then you go back and then you try to recollect and say, what's actually that I'm trying to explain. So just by repetition, one, we're going to remember it longer, but then also it gives us more clarity. Just by repetition. Otherwise, it slowly use it or lose it. Otherwise, it slowly goes away. So sharing automatically is helping us reinforce, go back and make it more stronger, because you're sharing something and it helps you at that point, then you gain clarity of whether you are capturing the whole thing or not, and it stays for longer. So which is how we get clarity about it, because we are just talking about a second time. Every time we talk about it, our intellect is trying to understand it again. It is also trying to understand it. Every time we read something, we're trying to understand it, right? It's like that. And when we share, people around us are also obviously are getting some clarity. When you share your experience, yesterday when someone was telling that I became a jelly, I felt like I'm like a jelly. Okay, so then anybody who felt anyway close to being jelly, then you say, okay, so this must be a common experience. So that questioning that is there will get an answer, get satisfied. So by definition, every time you share, I'm flying, I'm seeing snakes. You say, I'm seeing snakes. And then 2, 3 people, when you listen to the experience, they say, hey, I've read through multiple masters' corroboration that it can mean that you are transforming. You're shedding your old skin and then you're becoming a new personality. So the transition, the transformation is on the cards. So go forward. Go forward. Do what you're doing is right. It is like a checkpoint. Keep going. Many people say that. So then you collaborate and say, okay, so that might be the reason why I'm seeing snakes of various forms. It may be true, may not be true, but then you could at least have one point of view. because it can work for them. When we do a lot of surveys, we take a data point based on the surveys also, right? If out of 100 people, if 90 people said one thing, then we tend to believe that, okay, this must be true. So the research, the science is working in both ways. One is every time you put certain parameters and then experiment, you get one result. And then second is, you also based on statistical ways model. Both are there. Experience are going to be there in meditation. So is the case with people. When you take a set of meditators and say they're all are getting various kinds of they all are corroborating. And then 10 people say, I've healed meditation through, I healed my diabetes through meditation. If 10 people have said it, and then you know that, yes, this must be true, so you can try it. So when we share, others are benefiting. And when you share, when others share, when you listen to them, then we also are benefiting. That's why we constantly encourage. Many practices did not want people to share these experiences. They said it is esoteric, it is cannot be explained, it is hallucination, it is mind projection, and hence don't bother about it. That's like not going into the unknown. If you're trying to experience the unknown, then we got to be able to understand the unknown in some way or the other. So we all are collectively always trying to understand the unknown. What is unknown? This whole infinite energy field, which we not even experienced. So as much as we understand, of course, we always stay open to it, but by sharing our knowledge, our experiences, others are benefiting, and so are we when they share specific experience. It is inspiring us, and we inspire them. Every time, whether Dr. Ensisa or Srikant Traun or Devasmitaji, anybody, when they share about how it is helping transform, I get inspired as much as there are many people who also have some conditions of any related will definitely get inspired and say, yes, I have to do this. Why not? It is so easy. It is giving me, apart from health, so many things. So sharing is helping us, helping others, inspiring others. And the last thing is that each of us, we are definitely, by listening in, we are expanding our consciousness more and more and more in an attempt to understand what is this, that larger perspective that I am, what is this intelligence. Only by listening to many experiences of individuals. And then when we read Dr. Joe Dispenza's book, it is about his lifetime experience, right? And then here, when I listen to Dr. Ensisar's experience, it is his experience of a session or for the last 50 days or 100 days. So it is still an experience. It is still equal to reading a book or listening to an audio book. It's like that, right? We're taking a small chapter out of their life and then we're listening to that. When Bhafnaji shared Sunday, Saturday, it was so beautiful. Many people who wanted to give up, perhaps, and saying, okay, I get all the time, troubles. And then but the Bhafnaji's experience says, okay, I must. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. So we got to continue to travel it with the thing that there is light. It's going to come. Only that strong intent will take us there. So, dear friends, we emphasize a lot in our individual growth to share experiences and then listen to others' experiences. Both are there. In meditation practice, tapaha swadhyaya ishvara pranidhana. So swadhyaya, sharing of experiences, or listening, reading is an important element of it. And then we practice. And the more we do, the more we expand our knowledge. Patriji, the grandmaster, I'm always amazed. No matter how busy he is, I mean, he's super busy. I mean, there are hundreds of classes that are constantly going in and out, in and out. But every minute that he gets, if he sees the new person, he's always asking, okay, tell me about yourself. Always asking. Not about their everything. Then he's interested in knowing essence of what they are. So then invariably they're talking about what they've been doing and the meditation experience and all that. And always our ability to understand consciousness expands. It's also called the third eye. I'm using some words here, but so the ability to understand consciousness. If third eye is the ability to see and explain and experience where I've been and where I'm going, And then our ability to understand this consciousness also expands when we listen to others' experiences. So natural. I mean, I think it's common sense because we're gaining new knowledge. And then so new knowledge will translate us to new experiences over a period. So, dear friends, and of course, this meditation is helping us, those who are shy of, for example, sharing, are all didn't fear of, have a fear of public speaking, fear of looking bad. All of those also, this meditation, breath mindful meditation is slowly taking those fears out so we also become expressive. So opportunities exist plenty during this process. I became a good public speaker after coming into meditation, where I was given opportunities at random and spontaneously in various places to speak and able to speak. So what if I stutter and mumble or whatever words? Didn't matter. The point conveys. And so we utilize that opportunity, and this meditation is definitely helping us to become more and more expressive, self-expressive. We'll understand this as emotional intelligence in week 3 or 4. So, dear friends, shall we go into our meditation once again? And we have two masters, two meditators who are going to share. We have Dev Smith Aji. We're going to listen to her experience. Some of you heard her experience. We're going to hear her experience. So many new meditators are there. Amazing transformation for her. And then we have Ravindra, who is again has an amazing amount of meditation experiences, how they have utilized and how meditation is helping them in many ways. We're going to listen to their experiences after meditation. Sit comfortably, relax yourself. Those of you who are new, we are doing breath mindfulness meditation. This program is designed, dear friends, is that we are always inviting new people to join. So it's very designed that I do take 2 to 3 minutes at least in explaining the technique every day. I'm not explaining to you. So there are always new people joining. And so take that, and it's like a record for you, repetition. If not, just quietly go into meditation. Those of you who've been senior meditators are always there. Don't take it as a waste of time. But it's a process, how it is designed. So new people are joining, so I'm going to explain it. Whether you like it or not, I got to explain it. It's my fundamental duty to explain the process. So I'm doing it in best of the possible way, right? So the process for newcomers is that, dear friends, our mind is full of thoughts. And when we empty the thought, when we empty our mind, we have to reduce all the thought and become zero. 95% of how our days have been based on these thoughts that are repetitive, negative, worrisome, fearful. So the goal of meditation is to empty the mind. The goal of meditation is to empty the mind. And then the whole process of why we are here for this course is that our thoughts and feelings create a fundamental reality. Our thoughts and feelings create a fundamental reality, quantum physics. Yad bhavam tad bhavat. And if that is so, we want to eliminate all the negative and the anxious, fearful thought, because that's what projects for us in our life. And so we got to eliminate them and then reprogram with something that's more supportive, positive, miraculous, expansive, friendly. So we want to remove all the negative, limiting thought, and we got to take on the new knowledge and information that is more supporting our life and expanding our life. So that's the whole practice about, or this whole course about. So towards this meditation that we're doing, dear friends, is to empty our mind, number one. And then two, when we empty our mind, we become totally empty of everything that around us, about ourselves and everything, because a thought is about a person, place, thing. So when we empty our mind of all thought, then we forget everything about ourselves, our environment, our life, our people around, all the objects, everything. So we totally experience a greater emptiness around. So the meditation process, where I guide and say, observe the breath, empty yourself, automatically emptiness happens. And our goal is to continue to observe the breath. And then the mind becomes empty and then start experiencing greater emptiness. The guidance will be there to just follow. Now the technique to do that is by you sit down with your legs crossed at your ankle, fingers into fingers, and then rest your hands comfortably in your lap, eyes closed, remove the specs. This is the physical posture. And we observe when our eyes closed, we take any point on your nose, here, anywhere, and then observe breath is going in and coming out, going in and coming out. And as you observe the breath, mind becomes empty. In the process, Obviously, because we have thousands of thoughts, mind gets distracted and then goes back to the thought. And then when you recognize that you're thinking, maybe after a minute, two, three, until the time your thought finishes, when you recognize that you're thinking, simply come back and observe the breath again, or to put your attention back to the breath again. So we might go get distracted with thought and recognize, you come back to the breath. Get distracted with thought, recognize, and come back to the breath. So the whole duration of the meditation would have been oscillating between thought and breath attention, thought and breath attention. When you're observing the breath for long enough, then slowly breath becomes lighter, shorter, it becomes empty. The breath itself could have become so short, and then we let go of that process. Or we forget that we are listening, we are observing the breath. And then also we go to the other side. That's the meditation, core meditation technique, very simple. Fingers into fingers, eyes closed, legs crossed, resting hands come from your lap, and then observing the breath in a way in the nose. Normal, natural breath. Now, before we're going into this meditation, we are doing a process called heart elevation, where we're filling up our heart with an heightened emotion, like like love, gratitude, compassion, kindness, appreciation. So you recollect an event from your life where you experience this emotion, and then you just relive it. Or those of you who are existing, you already know what to do. You can bring up an emotion from the future, right? So you can recollect an event from your life and then relive it. That event filling up your life with an appreciation. Somebody appreciate you deeply because you've done something great. So relive it that amount, and then you fill up that your heart with that appreciation, appreciated moments. So then that's helping us become empty, empty of the mind quickly. Relax yourself, sit comfortably with your eyes closed, dear friends. Okay, listening to the experiences of these masters. Veena?
Mr. Ravindra has generally helped several youths and aspiring students through meditation to transform themselves and enable them to a lucrative career. Mr. Ravindra is the founder of I1 Tech Solutions, a leading technology training institute that is imparting quality vocational training in IT industry and complements it with several life transformational tools that includes meditation, manifestation, and visualization. Mr. Ravindra is the director of Bodhidharma Public School, started in 2019 to introduce spirituality and meditation from childhood. I welcome you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Veena madam. Thanks very much, Chandra sir. Good morning, all my dear masters. Myself, Ravindra. I got introduced to meditation in the year 2009 when I was in my final year engineering. I was not having a clarity what to do in my life. So I was into a lot of confusions. What to do next? I did not get any job in my campus placements. Then I started suffering from migraine headache. Then I tried possible ways to heal myself, just going to yoga and all other practices. But I could not able to cure. I was suffering so much. Then I got a meditation pamphlet. Then I got introduced. Then I attended 7 days meditation program. On seventh day, I felt just for 1 minute relaxation. I thought there is something in meditation. Then I came out of migraine headache. Then I continued my meditation journey. In 2010, I came to Bangalore to get a job in IT industry. 6 months, I tried all the possible ways, but I did not get a single job. That was the time where I have to leave Bangalore, I have to go back to my home, and I have to stay with my parents because they lost all the hopes on me. All the trials are done. I just have to go back and I have to be with my family, and they told we can give you the food and you can stay with us. That was the situation. Financially, they were not able to support me every month funding. I visited Pyramid Valley International. I saw the statement, our thoughts create our own reality. Till that time, I was thinking Our lives are already created by God. God is already written. So nothing can be changed by ourselves. Things from my friends. But spirituality says that our thoughts create our own reality. What is this? Let me experiment. Then I set my thought to get a job within 1 month. Then I started working towards it every day 10 to 12 hours. Then within a month, I manifested 2 jobs. One was in HSBC and another was in Bangalore, IBM. Then I chose IBM to join in 2011, January. I continued working in IBM. Then meanwhile, I continued my meditation practice. In the year 2011, whole year, every month full moon, I used to visit Pyramid Valley and meditate. That gave me a lot of clarity in my life to lead my life. What is next? What is my vision in the life and everything? In 2012, so without an expectation, we entered into a business, me and my friend. Well, initially, when we started a business, there are a lot of struggles, difficulties, challenges, everything. We started a business with an expectation of 3 lakh revenue every month, but that went in reverse. Instead of generating a 3 lakh revenue, it was generating a 40,000 loss every month. Then first month over, second month over, third month over, but still there is no progress. Then my friend, who was my business partner, he left. Then I became alone. Whether should I run this business or should I work in IBM? I was working in IBM meanwhile. So should I continue to do this business which is giving me 40,000 rupees loss, or I just go with my job? Again, I sat in meditation in Pyramid Valley King Chamber. Then I questioned to myself. Many times we heard from Chandras also, listen to your intuition. Whatever the answer is coming from within, that is always right. Now, I just sat in a meditation. I questioned to myself, should I run the business or should I continue doing the job by closing it? Then I got answer from within, continue this business if you wanted to become a businessman in your future, if you wanted to become an entrepreneur. That was my dream since my childhood, to be an entrepreneur, to give an employment. Then I accepted all the challenges. Then again, I set my goal to generate 1 lakh rupee income for a month. Then next month, our company generated 1,30,000 income. Then I see, okay, meditation has some power. Then I continued in the business. Whatever we wanted to achieve, we achieved to that level. Then in 2013, I resigned to my job in IBM. Then full time, I was doing business. 13, we were started into recruitment. Then 13, 14, 15, we did a lot of business. Everything is going very well. But in 2015, I decided I have to leave IT industry. Then I have to quit Bangalore. Then I sold out my company to my friend. I left Bangalore. Then I went to my hometown to start agriculture and to start dairy farming. But it did not work for me because still my purpose is there in Bangalore. Then I realized later. Then I came back to Bangalore within a month. But till that time, my office was in Marthalli. There is a place called Marthalli in Bangalore. Then I was thinking, I don't want to start in Marthalli. Next, I have to go to BTM. But from my inner, I got a voice saying that go to HSR. I never visited HSR. I never know that there is something called HSR. Then we started our office in 2015 in HSR layout. In the same month, Soul Trains Meditation Studio also started. I got to know. Then there is one meditation studio started in HSR layout. Then I visited. I started going to there and attending all the workshops and doing the meditation. But till that time, I was only doing meditation, getting benefited from the meditation, but I never taught meditation to anybody. Then I was thinking, who started this meditation center? So I was only thinking in the business aspect, okay, if I invest this much money, how much I will get? Then I was thinking, who invested this much money to the Soul Trains Meditation Studio and what the benefit they are gaining? So I got to know Chandra sir and Vani madam started this meditation center only to spread meditation. Okay, what they get by just spreading meditation? Okay, they are getting happiness. Okay, every time whenever they come there, they visit. How many people came today? How many people came in the last 2 weeks or 1 month? I was surprised. Okay, fine. Okay, it is, they're doing it means there is some reason. Okay, they're getting some happiness, they're getting some satisfaction. Then I realized. Then 2015 December, I attended Dhyan Mahachakram in Hyderabad. Then I listened to so many people experiences. They healed from cancer, heart stroke, so many other health issues. But in my family also, my father got a spinal cord surgery in 2013. He got admitted in hospital. Doctor said after 2 months he will be all right. But after 2 months he was totally bedridden. Then 2014 and 15, we took him to so many doctors. In Bangalore, Sakra World Hospital also we visited. In Vellore, CMC, and we went to Ayurvedic, allopathy, all the things we tried. But he was totally bedridden in 2013, October to 2016, April. Then we thought, okay, let us build a pyramid. Because everybody is talking about the pyramid, let us build a pyramid. Then 2016, we built a pyramid. Then I told to my father, we tried all the possible ways. In your life, if you really wanted to walk, you wanted to become independent, you try this meditation. Then he accepted it. He started practicing every day 6 hours. Morning 2 hours, afternoon 2 hours, evening 2 hours. Then within 6 months, he came out of his suffering. What he was suffering since 3 years, he came out of his suffering. He started walking by himself with a stand. Then I realized meditation is beyond medical science. Till that time, I was only giving money to the medical expenses because I thought he can heal from that. But when I realized, then meditation is beyond medical science. If my father can get healed, everybody can get healed. I was so impressed. I was so convinced with my father experience. Then we started a meditation care center in our town, Kanigiri. From there, right now, we have more than 1,000 masters created and more than 200 families are meditating every day. So from there, we got so many connections. Because of that, so many people got benefited from the villages because they are not educated. But just by doing breathful meditation, so they are able to heal their diseases and they're able to live their life happy and healthy. So then I realized, then I continued my spiritual service along with my business. Then 2017 and 18, I was involved in more activities. Then all my friends that okay, then you leave the business slowly, then you'll go into only spirituality. I said, no, never. But my focus is little into spirituality. I was giving more time to spiritual service, but my business never gone down. In 2017, 18, and 19, whatever the business we got the highest than earlier. But my time was 50% to spirituality and 50% to business. But I was thinking initially, I was also feeling insecure. Okay, I'm giving much more time to the spirituality. Maybe my business will affect. It was never affected. Then I realized, okay, when we are taking care of the universal work, then universe will take care of our work. Then I realized, I experienced, then I continued. Then from Soul Trends Meditation Studio, we organized 50 vegetarian rallies throughout Bangalore, and we took meditation to children's in the schools, colleges, and we taught meditation in the parks, public parks, and so many other ways. I got one of the experience to share. In 2016, okay, October, my client said that we are not going to do business with you anymore because of some escalations from the clients. I said, okay, fine, no problem. I stopped asking them, but 40 days regularly, we used to just distribute the pamphlets in throughout HSR layout. Within a 40 days time, everything is all set. Then I was so confident, if not this client, some other client will come. Why should I close my business? Then within 4 to 5 months, the same client, whoever said that we will not do business, again they wrote an email saying that again we wanted to work with you. Then meditation changes the reality. Only we have to trust the process and we have to continue meditating. The spiritual service when we do, then everything else will be taken care. So in my experience, meditation practice is 50%, meditation spreading is remaining 50%. That gives me a complete satisfaction and happiness. In 2019, okay, I decided to start a school. Why I decided? Because Since 2017, we made meditation mandatory in our training program. So I see a lot of changes in the youth. They used to come with a lot of depression, stress, anxiety. Okay, they used to not focus on the classes itself. Body present, mind absent. That was the case. Then when we made meditation mandatory, they used to focus on what I'm teaching. Then their concentration, they stopped taking sick leaves. They started feeling responsible. Earlier, I used to take the responsibility. Once I taught meditation with them, they started taking the responsibility. Then I see a lot of changes and business is going very well. Everything is going perfect. But after getting into job, after getting into corporate, so before my training, they were non-meditator, non-vegetarian. After got into the training, they became vegetarian and meditator. Then after again, they got into corporate, again, they lost the roots. That was not giving me satisfaction. Then I thought, if we start this from the schools itself, when the foundation was strong, then nobody can change. Then we decided to start a school in 2019. So to introduce spirituality from the childhood, from nursery, LKG, UKG, first class. Then we decided, then it was inaugurated by Chandra Sir, Vanu Madam last year. Now we have 165 children in the school. So they were doing amazing. Parents, earlier they used to come and complain so much, but now they realized their attitude is changed, their behavior is changed just by practicing meditation every day 40 minutes, morning 20 minutes, before starting of the class, afternoon 10 minutes after lunch, again in the evening 10 minutes before they leave from the school. They are happy children. So they are playing and they are studying very well. Their concentration is improved. They are become very active. So they are so playful and parents were seeing very happy in their children. So it brings a lot of changes in our business also. And I understood how it helps for them, okay, as a small children. Then we continued doing the service, and in 2017, 18 and 19, I got an opportunity, okay, to do volunteer in Pyramid Valley for many spiritual programs. Summarize, my dear friends, in 2010, I started my first job with 4,000 rupees income. Now in 2020, we had so much of establishment and so much of commitments, and we are able to manage everything. In 2010, I do not have much friends, but in 2020, I have good network in my professional business and as well as in spirituality, I could able to manage. And 2010, I was zero in communication skills, presentation skills and managing. Whereas in 2020, I'm excellent in everything, in whatever my business way. And I could able to see a lot of changes in myself. I started living in unlimited being. Earlier, I used to think limited. Now I'm thinking unlimited. Unlimited possibilities are there for each and everything in the life. Thank you very much, friends. Thank you very much, sir.
Wonderful. You have so many experiences. That's the thing. It's wonderful. 50% is meditation, 50% is service. You've been doing an amazing, amazing amount of service to your hometown, your village, to the poor children, to underprivileged. So I think it's great. We all have to support that school that you are nurturing in one way or the other. So, and great experience, your dad taking care of him so well. I think it's so wonderful. Thank you, Ravindra, for being part of Buddha Seva Foundation in so many ways in trying to support these activities. Yes, friends, we have very important experience and they'll take another 10 minutes, but we will listen into Debasmita ji. Yes, Veena ma'am, introduce.
Debasmita Panda is from Pune. She has done her BTech in metallurgical engineering. Debasmita is a homemaker and mother of 2 kids. She loves dancing, listening music, and gardening. Debasmita started her meditation journey 6 months back and has seen an overall transformation in life. Let us hear more from Debasmita.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Debasmita. Basically, I'm from Bhubaneswar, but I stay in Pune. Today, I'm going to share my experience, meditation experience, for which I started 6 months back. But before that, I want to share what I was before meditation, before I started meditation. Since childhood, we have seen our family, my family has seen many challenges which I used to call them problems, many challenges in my childhood. But the real challenge came in 2016, in 2013, when my mother was diagnosed with cancer, and she was the pillar behind me. And when I came to know about the cancer, I was totally what can I say, shattered during that time. Then in 2000, for 3 years, she went through all the chemos and everything. And in 2016, she passed away. Then also I used to ask why all these things are happening to us, why we can't lead a simple life how others are leading. So I used to ask those questions to God in my dreams or in my whenever I used to sit alone. Then in 2015, this happened in Bangalore. We were staying in Bangalore. In 2015, we had to shift from Bangalore to Pune when my mother was still alive. Then I used to ask why this happened. I was there with my mom. I could have taken care. I could have stayed with her during those days, but I had to shift to Pune. Then my sister was there with her. So one day I decided that okay, I will settle all these things here. Then I will go to my mother and stay there. But in January 2016, I had a breast abscess, and I had to undergo one surgery with full anesthesia in February 2016. Then I said, okay, after that I will go and meet my mom. Then after 15 days, when I went to see my doctor, she said that again, you have to go through this surgery with full anesthesia, because my dressing was not done properly by the nurses. So again, I went through that surgery. Within 15 days, I underwent 2 surgeries with full anesthesia. And my kids I have 2 kids, and they were small at that time. So I thought that, okay, let it complete. Then in February, in March, I will go and visit my mom. That day I was just traveling to my doctor to see and take the permission to visit Bangalore. And the phone came that my mom is no more and she passed away. And then I thought, okay, I just took that as a challenge, how to go further without her. And everything settled slowly. Then in 2017, my health issues started. And in 2017, I had severe spondylitis and sinus. I went to many doctors during that time, but nothing happened. I used to take medicines, injections, physiotherapy, everything, but nothing happened. Then in 2000, it used to go down, and again it used to come when I don't take very severe. And it was there when before the lockdown also. I used to visit every alternate days to the doctors. And in March 2020, my maid, she took leave, and the lockdown started. From March, April, May, I was doing everything with that. My left hand was, my left shoulder was, the spondylitis was on my left side, and I had sleepless nights. And my kids were very worried seeing me. And I used to sit for 3 months. I used to sit for 2 to 3 hours in the night, trying to sleep, but I could not. Then I started crying, what has happened in this age? If I go, I thought I got paralyzed. Then one of my friends, she introduced me to Santi Priya. And she said, she called me and she said that this will go, you join meditation. I'm taking sessions of meditation, you just join. I instantly said yes. But before also, I was introduced to meditation through my in-laws, but I was not ready to do. But in April, I was introduced and I was doing, but I see the changes, but I was not that regular. And in June, in June, in May, and Santipriya said that Chandra sir is starting. He is doing one session. You just join in the morning sessions. And I said, no, I can't join because I'm not sleeping throughout the night. In the morning, I can't get up and attend the sessions. I straight said I resisted that I will not join. But in June 5th, one of another friend who is also doing meditation, she sent one clip of Chandra sir. When I heard that clip, that day my life changed. When I just called Chantipriya that I want to join the session, and I tried to register, but on that particular day the registration was closed. So she said that one evening session is going on, you just join. Then I joined the evening session without any expectation what will happen. Nothing. I just joined with one diary and pen. I just joined the session. Whatever sir was telling with open mind, I just kept following. Whatever 40 minutes, 45 minutes, I said that it was chakra regarding chakras. So I knew a little bit, but I was not that clear. But I just followed that, and that was on a full moon day. And slowly, I saw within 2 weeks, I realized that my spondylitis was not there, and a whole environment in the house, which was earlier I used to get irritated very easily, and I saw the changes in my kids. They started reciprocating the way I was. Then I realized that since I changed, I started feeling happy from inside, that I could see in with my family, and all the environment was so positive. Then my sinus, my spondylitis, everything was gone, and I thought that I will continue this, and that's a session, that program ended within 2 weeks. I just joined the last 2 weeks. Then I continued the meditation. Then I started seeing changes in me. Means I read that book Santipriya gave me. How can you heal your body? How can you heal your life? After reading that book, I continued meditation, and from that book I came to know about what is forgiveness, what is abundance, how you don't have to interfere. All those little words, small words, that the depth of the meaning of those words I came to know through meditation. When our thoughts, there is no thoughts, then we get to all the clarity, the confusions become clarity. And everything I fall into place. What I heard before, that miracle came into my life. And I told this about meditation to my sister and brother-in-law. They also started. I taught my kids. I told them, and they also saw the changes, and they started doing on their own, sitting for 5 minutes or closing eyes and without thoughts. They started doing. And then another thing happened. I started seeing birds coming to my balcony, and I could feel what they are trying to say, because when they come earlier also birds used to come, but I never tried to understand what they are saying or what they are trying to communicate with me. But because of meditation, I understood that we can, if we sit quietly, if we try to observe that, then we can understand what they're trying to say. Then birds started coming in the morning for the food, in the afternoon, in the evening, before going to their home. I started talking to plants, and plants also started reciprocating, and everything. Now I saw a complete, what I can say, my house has become a temple. I don't have to go to the temple for peace. I find that peace in my home. And I was not a reader. I have never read books. I was always doing work in my lifetime till date, till before June 5th. But after that, I started enjoying books, reading books, and the books are coming. As my life is going, the books are coming to make me understand what the answers are coming through the books. the soul's plan and the spirit of the laws of the spirit world, they're coming just I don't know, as if the universe is saying these are the problems in your life, you read these books, you will get the answers. And I started believing, means without analyzing anything, I just started believing everything. And another thing happened. One of my cousin brother who passed away on November 3rd. He was 4.5 years old, and he was physically challenged. He was not able to talk and not able to walk. But he, when I used to talk to him from last November, he used to reciprocate, he used to communicate through his sound. And I thought that through my energy, I think he is trying to say something. But when I started meditation, I started sending him the music of Chandra sir, what he is playing, and the flute music of Patrizis. And he started showing tremendous changes. Means mentally he was way above us. He could communicate through his sounds. Whenever I used to call, he used to tell my aunt to give the phone by making sounds. And if I don't call, he will when if I don't call for 2 to 3 days, he will just, whenever I call, he will shout, why you are not calling, you have to talk to me. He will not allow anyone else to talk. I see the changes. I mean, he started showing, whenever you ask to show the body parts through his without speaking, he used to show everything. And he started doing full moon meditations with me for 3 hours. I used to send the link, he used to do the meditation has changed his life within those 5 to 6 months. But he passed away on November 3rd. But I control myself because I knew there is no death. And my mom, my aunt, and my uncle, they're also, I also made them understand, and I made them to do meditation. And through meditation, they had seen that his name was Nigam. He is fine and he is with us. So they are with me now. And it is just miracle. They also started believing, yes, through meditation, we can see what is happening in the other world. And one more incident I will say, one of my auntie, she had knee pain, but I started sending her the links to start meditation, but she was reluctant. She was not ready to do meditation. She said, I can't sit for 10 minutes. But on November 3rd, only on that day when my Nigam left his body, on that day, I thought the thought came to teach her meditation. But I called her. I said that, Auntie, will you sit with me for 10 minutes for 11 days for me? I want to sit for meditation, and will you sit with me? She said, okay. And for 11 days, she started with 10 minutes. And on the 11th day, she did for 1 hour, and she didn't know she was sitting for 1 hour. And her knee pain and her shoulder pain was gone. And now she is calling me, and Debasmita, can we do more? And now I have said that yes, we will do another 41 days with you. We will do, and every day at 3 p.m. she will be ready with everything. And I can see the change in her. She's confident, and her age is 74, and she smiles from her heart, and she is happy from inside. After hearing from her, I was so happy that she didn't have to go to the hospital in this time, and she healed herself. So what I learned from meditation is we have to go do meditation with open mind, and we should not keep any expectation. When we don't keep any expectation, all the things happen with miracle, and we have to believe that yes, it is happening with us. And we should never think about the problems. If we think about the problems, all the energies what we get through meditation or from sleep, that energy goes to the problems and it bigger. The small problem will be seen to be a bigger one. But if we think that it is a challenge and we search for the solutions through meditation, all the solutions will come and different gates will be open and we will find our solutions. So and everything will happen. And I see the changes in my kids also. They are saying, Mama, you have changed a lot. And I always see the smiling faces on my kids' faces, and they are happy and they are understanding when I'm trying to say something. They are understanding, and hopefully I can teach other kids also. I want to teach kids and older people, those who are thinking that meditation is just for those who those who have no work, or they have finished all the things, they will do meditation. But no, it is like a meditation we should do from the beginning, so that we can have clarity and we can see the problems as a challenge and we can go ahead in our life. Thank you, Chandra sir and Bani ma'am.
Wow, what transformation that you've been having. It's amazing, amazing. From the time you joined in 6 months, I'm so happy that you're actually transformed that one heart at a time, and you're doing that. You are an energy master. So glad that your aunt is becoming well. Nigam, in whatever moments that he had, that she actually, or she had spent the time beautifully, understood the power of meditation, that how you transform the family. Children latching onto meditation early age is nothing like it. Their life is just going to be so beautiful. So very, very glad that you're able to take time. Thank you so much. And we thank you for all your help in contributing to the Soul Trends and Pyramid Valley movement that they've been contributing. So thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right, friends. That's great. Well, SVB sir, would you like to give your comments before you close the session? I know it's late, dear friends, but sometimes you didn't want to interrupt the flow as Jyotismita and Ravindra just sharing their experiences.
Chandra,
Yes, sir.
congratulations to both Ravindra and Desmita. I think the experience they have got through meditation is wonderful, excellent. I think we have many stories heard in previous occasions, but today these two, really, I think there are real examples of what meditation can do. It can do a magic actually in their life, which they never expected, might have thought that they would be able to get such a peaceful mind and also progress in their life is something I think is a big lesson to everybody should learn from this. And once somebody hears it, they'll certainly come back to meditation and try to continue this and also achieve the same status of mind what these two great people have done it. Even at young age, they have been able to reach this realization is something very great. It's a big lesson to all the participants who have joined this. With this, I wish to again congratulate for both of them for undertaking meditation, achieve this great success in their life. Thank you, Chandra.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Yes, absolutely. Engage, there's so much transformation, and then also helping. I think that's one thing that's giving the deep satisfaction. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much for joining. There's been a wonderful to listen. Every time I listen to Devismita ji, my gates open up. She's using the words. A lot of gates open. If we keep ourselves closed, then we're closed. But then if you open, then a lot of gates open. And something that Ravindra has always been saying it, I think is amazing. The message for today, I would say, is that to be open-minded with meditation, and then many, many gates open up, right? And so thank you for joining. And then tomorrow is going to be our health. We continue on energy, how energy that filled in our body, how meditation is helping us be energetic continuously. And then so we're able to perform quite well in everything we take up. So that'll be our masterclass tomorrow. So we stay connected. And those of you who have questions, Ranga Rauji, so we're going to take the question shortly in a couple of minutes. and anybody wants to share, and then definitely do reach out to Devasmitaji and Ravindra, and then have interaction. I mean, these masters have a lot more than what they taught today, and then do interact with them. The numbers sure are available, people can share, and I'm more than happy to share their experience with you or anybody that you want to make them speak again. They'll be happy to share. Thank you all and have a wonderful day.
Namaste, Chandraji.
Namaste, sir.
Good morning, everybody. I am Rangarao from Pondicherry. I am 78 years young. I think I don't have much time here, but anyway, you can stop me anytime. I am doing meditation since February of this year. I came to meditation first time like this. I had a very good satisfactory life all through. And since the beginning of this year, 2020, I had a feeling I must go for a different path. I have seen social service, I have seen my professional in medical. I worked as a professor in a medical college, Pondicherry. Then I felt very happy because it is only by luck I got this profession. Every time I am with the patients, I am a non-medical man. So when I am with the patients in their treatment, it's a blessing from the God that we are doing some service. That is how I used to feel. I had a very satisfactory life and I decided that I have to go into a different path. Then in pyramid services, I saw on TV. Then afterwards, I also heard Patriji in the TV channel. Then, yes, why don't I take this meditation as my new path, the new line? So I have taken from February onwards. Meanwhile, lockout came, etc., etc. I am continuously on this. Every day I am doing at least 4 to 5 hours in 3 stages. Definitely night time I will do meditation and then only go to bed, and once or twice in other timings. So this is my meditation and association with meditation. Though I am hearing many people telling that they got the third eye opening, so many things, I used to feel why I am not getting any experience. But also I decided, no, I should not think about all these things. Let me do meditation, that's all. Whatever it comes, let it come, or if not come, it's okay. Because certain times they used to tell, it's all because of your Puro Janma Sukritam. So by that time, if you are entitled, you will get whatever it is. Or certain times you have already enjoyed. That is what Patriji sir used to tell. You have already enjoyed in the last life itself. So that's why you are not getting in this. So anyway, I have reconciled on those things. But every time what I feel, I have to associate myself. I connect myself with my soul. That is how I think. ఆత్మతో నేను అనుసంధానం కావాలి అనుకుంటూ ఉంటుంటాను అన్నమాట. సో టుడే డ్యూరింగ్ ది మెడిటేషన్ ఐఎమ్ ఫాలోయింగ్ యువర్ క్లాస్ రెగ్యులర్లీ. సో టుడే సడన్లీ it happened. Realization was coming. Like a fool, you are thinking, what is this? Where you will find me? I am in you. Throughout, I have spread entire body. Where you will search me? Is it in my heart? Is it in my head, brain? Is it in my head? Top to bottom, everywhere I am. So where you can find? I am you, you are me. That is what I realized, sir. So all these years, I never realized that. Of course, I am reading Aham Brahmasmi, okay, all those, but somehow I don't accept that, because we brought up from childhood onwards, God is something great. So when all these books and preachings are telling that God, I am God, but somehow it is not acceptable still. It may take some more time. So like that, today I am definitely realized that, yes, I means it is only Atma, soul. So there is nothing that I have to find out somewhere else. So it is there everywhere in each and every atom of my body, there is Atma. I realized that. I found that. Now, to that, I realized. Thank you very much. This is one more thing I have to, many people may also accept it. Time has to come for everything. So that has got the, at that time today it has come to realize, yes, there is no doubt that I am Atma. Atma is there everywhere in each and every atom of my body. So that everybody has to realize that. Thank you very much. Thank you, Chandraji. And at this point, I will tell you one more thing, if you don't mind. 2 minutes? Can
Yes,
I
sir.
take? Yeah.
Good.
As I told, I work as a, I am in Department of Radiotherapy, but because I am having a teaching also, so my designation became professor. I used to see the plight of patients. Sometimes I used to call the patients, poor patients. I used to give them money for their bus charges, etc. And there are days when I brought the cancer patients home and I gave lunch and then sent them. For all these things, and even today, I must accept I am blessed with a very good wife. Ours is an arranged marriage. I have not seen her. She has not seen me except photos. So now I don't see wife. I see my mother in her today. So if I am like this, I am doing very well. It is all because of her. She is looking after me like anything. So I am grateful to my wife. I am grateful to my parents. I am blessed with many things. Thank you very much. But regarding the, I am twice paralytic within 4 years. I don't know why. I am a good sportsman. I used to have from childhood on my physical activity, but in spite of that, I had this. So maybe I am in my profession. I used to put cancer into the rats and then take the tissues, study surface tension studies in the malignant tissues. So I am thinking maybe because of that, I have killed so many rats. I have introduced cancer into them, and that may be the reason why I got the paralytic stroke. And every day after coming to this Jhanam, I call their Atmas and seeking their forgiveness. I am doing this. I don't know, but still I am moving. I am not bedridden. I can move. I can drive my car. I go walking. All these things are there. I am a non-vegetarian. I used to enjoy drinks with my friends. Now, since I have come to this Jhanam, I stopped all these things.
Wonderful, Rangaraji. This first pronounce you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for having a candid sharing of everything that you're talking about. But it's just so sweet, such a beautiful meditative face. Yes, Meena Joyshar, I truly agree.
Thank you. Namaste, namaste, namaste.
Such a meditative face, and then it's wonderful. Transformation will happen anytime. So nice to hear that you're no longer are you're thinking about harming anything you today and your health. I think there's so much that you can do, so much you can share. I really love your experience of what you were sharing. So wonderful. And then your experience today that I am Atma Brahma is there, and then that's what you're realizing.
Yes, yes, yes.
I am
Definitely. That is why I was very particular. Today itself, I have to inform this to all my masters.
Great, great.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You have given me the opportunity.
Yes, last one.
Namaskar, can you hear me?
Was that, sir?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Namaste.
we can hear you.
Yeah, Namaskar to Vidyarthena, Suvyana, Balasundramana, Vaniji and Chandra, Dr. Ramaniji and Radhaji. I'm very happy to share another manifestation. Previously, I told you that Tamil medium need free coaching for the poor. Government and aided school students have already commenced and crossed 40 classes. Wonderful thing. Lot of people. We hope many more aspirants to gain entry into the medical colleges. Now, another session for English medium students have started last Sunday with all your blessings. And one more thing, tomorrow we are going to get hit with the Nivar cyclone at a speed of 120 kilometers. I am in my salt works now. You can find the heaps of salts kept here or open to vagaries of the Nivar calamity. I require all your wishes now. For heavy rains, okay, but strong winds will distract all our efforts of some 8 months of difficult works here. Is it a thing others can do? Send my vibration or meditation to save the people of this place with rains only and not with the heavy gusty winds. I hope. Being the chairman of the Red Cross here, I need to go to the fields despite my age and the pandemic condition. I require your vibrations. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for knowing about your manifestations. I'm so glad that you look great in that video. So it's always good to see you. And I'm so glad. And I think at that age, it's sort of just you're driving a message, a point that age is no bar. And then you are going in as Red Cross and going into the fields, trying to help out. So it's wonderful. Wonderful to have you with your energies. And then whose energy do you need, sir? So you are the infinity. So you are that unlimited. So the power of thought alone can do stuff. And then, this whole manifestation is such that whatever may be the best for everybody involved is may that happen, right? While we wish for what we need to happen, one need to want, but then always make it inclusive. While I'm looking for this, I'm wishing for this to happen, and then may the best for everybody involved still be the happening. And that may be something larger than what we may think. You know that. And I'm so glad. And then so whatever is right thing that's required for this situation for you will happen, sir. Thank you all.
Because it's already started raining.
Yes.
And 2 years ago only we were hit by the Gaja super cyclone. 2 spells, 180 kilometers. We lost several millions. Our area people also. But very scanty help come from government. All ourselves, we had to do everything.
We'll have to take care of ourselves when the killing stops, when the massive killing, the trillions of fish are killed every day, trillions for food.
Last Gaja cyclone, not an animal or bird died, but for the human beings. They have some instinct and they are getting help from the Lord to save their lives.
Yes. So when we slowly stop killing the fellow beings, I think a lot of these calamities will slowly slow down. They'll have to go away. They'll have to go away. Non-violence, violence and killing. When these two go away, and then this also goes away. This is an equation. Anyway, so thank you so much, sir. Wonderful to share. Friends, so we'll meet tomorrow, back again at 6 a.m. Thank you all, and have a great day.